I need to tell you guys about this goat story. And I know I'm coming off hot the presses. This is a wild story and I need to tell you guys about it. But first, my name is Katie Sutter. I am a wedding planner and I have a link below where you can submit your own story for me to potentially read on this channel. If it's fun, please give me the good juicy stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the goat story. All right, so I have a very experienced business coach, and of course she has seen some things, so because she's been a wedding planner for a long time, and she told me, so when I tell you this story, just know that this was a young version of her. This was her just starting out in the wedding industry and hearing this from her very good friend. So my coach's friend, Brooke, was a venue coordinator at this really uppity, upscale, bougie, downtown Minneapolis wedding venue. And she saw some things, of course, but it's six-figure weddings consistently. So this is rich people weddings. And so usually some of the things you can see from rich people really aren't all that different from not rich people. But this one day, it's this, again, bougie, upscale, skyscraper, downtown Minneapolis wedding. Okay. And she goes home and she is pouring herself a glass of wine, and she lives a block away, and she's like, oh, I forgot this notepad. I'm going to go back and get my notepad because I need it to do some work from home. So there's this wedding going on and she heads back into the reception space. Now, the reception venue was at the top of the skyscraper, so she had to take an elevator to get to the top. The elevator doors open and in she walks, and there's two men in the elevator with a goat on a rope. Now, this might seem normal somewhere else, but in Minneapolis, Minnesota, no. She's not allowed to have any animals in the venue. It's not strictly in the contract or anything. Details. So she's like, hey, why do you have this goat in the elevator? Where are you taking that? And they're like, oh, we're taking it up to the wedding to sacrifice it. Okay, so she just went, what? Yeah, we're taking it up to sacrifice it. And so she's like, oh, no. And again, this bougie, rich, upscale Minneapolis venue. And he's like, oh, no, you can't take an animal in the building. So she takes the animal from them. Now she's standing at the bottom floor. It's cold, it's Minneapolis. And she's got this rope and a goat on the end of it. And now she's waiting for animal control to show up. And that's the end of that story. But I just had to share that one with you guys because I'm they were going to take the goat to sacrifice it. And I needed to live that with someone. So you're here with me, watching me react to that story. So I guess while I'm telling stories, I might as well tell one of my own. Okay. Because we in the wedding industry, we see things. We see a lot of things. Can you see how it's haunted me? I'm just kidding. I actually really love my job. I really love my job. All right, so this one I was not the coordinator for, but I was an assistant for, and it was this really fun Halloween themed wedding. The decor was really cool. They had the clear chairs and all this stuff they were ready. They had the skulls, and they were Till Death Do Us part, just in neon lettering right above the bride and groom where they were supposed to sit. This is all well and good. But the caterer shows up and they barely have enough food. This is not the tragedy of the night. We just don't have enough food. And now, as the coordinator, I'm eating the last bit of it. And it's basically just the breading of some fried chicken. Not even the chicken itself, just the fried chicken. This is my tragedy that I had to live in that moment. Being a wedding planner is not always glamorous. Of course, again, to reiterate, I was an assistant. And the coordinator who did do this, she was a coordinator, not a planner. So she was like, okay, this is why. They hired a friend to be the DJ. Now, this doesn't always go poorly, but as a professional, I can tell you with confidence that it rarely goes well. Do not hire a friend. If you can afford it, don't hire a friend to be the DJ, all right? And I don't know what it is, but DJs, especially friend DJs, tend to think that they're the shit. And so they are coming in and they're ready to go. And they're like, got this. I've got this. I'm going to be amazing. No, speechless because what happened next was really bad. He didn't know what the song list was, what the bride had requested. And so he comes in, he doesn't know what the couple wants, even though he had a consultation with them. And so then the coordinator has to tell him, this is the song list that they requested. So now I always ask all of my clients, what is your song list? Just in case this kind of thing happens. Okay, let's get into it because he doesn't know the song list. He doesn't even know the names of the songs. And it was like, I don't even remember exactly what the song that was requested played because let me tell you, it didn't. But it gets worse because he didn't have all of the music that they wanted on his downloads. So now he has to find the music. And guess where he found it? You betcha. YouTube. Betcha. All right. So I have a cat now. And so now she's walking down the aisle, right? When an ad starts to play because he has to play the song from YouTube. And there's an ad playing in the middle of her walking down the aisle. So the coordinator and we were behind closed doors. So we only heard what happened. But I kind of wish that I could have seen everyone's faces because me and the coordinator, we were looking at each other very much like, is this for real? Is this really happening? Yeah, that's what happened. So that was really the worst part. And now that we've gotten through that, the only other bad thing was that the music that he played was so loud, everyone had to leave the reception to get dinner. But yeah, that's the worst story that I have that is funny. I have other stories and I'm not quite, right now, one of them is too recent to want to talk about it, but I might talk about it in like a year when I'm ready. Because I'm not ready for that one yet. Not ready. So if you like this content, you might consider checking out some of my other content. Here,